Welcome to Taylor Talks podcast. Here we have the guest Seven, and let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
All right, welcome. Long time no see.
Yes.
You're definitely missed. I was glad to see you at the Tea and Poetry series.
I appreciate that.
I'm so bummed that I missed it. Yeah, that was a big bummer. But I'm glad you're here and we got to reconnect.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, how you feeling?
I feel good. I'm chilling. Just today in general, I feel like I'm just going with the flow completely today. So whatever that looks like. I've been on some really big do nothing type shit. I feel like a lot of us don't know how to just like do nothing.
Do nothing.
So yeah.
What does doing nothing really look like for you?
Nothing. Doing nothing. I'm probably like going outside only if I think that like I miss oxygen. Like I'm doing nothing. I'm literally in the house. Like I'm probably in the bed. Try to maybe like migrate to the couch every once in a while, but like I just will literally do nothing.
Do you feel more healthy physically?
Do I feel more healthy physically because I do nothing sometimes? I think the road to like total physical health is a little longer, but I do think mentally I feel a little more clear because I have moments where I do nothing.
Nice. All right, we already starting off strong and deep, y'all.
Yeah.
But I feel it. So, you have a new name.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who is 744?
I am 744. I picked 744 because it's actually the time I was born, which I guess I've known that for a while now, but it never really like mattered or stuck out too much to me until I moved back to Sacramento after a little stint away in like the end of 2023 and didn't come to me then. In 2024, I think 7 kind of started popping in 2024, and it was really just a homage to returning to myself. And I don't really know how sometimes the thoughts or the feelings arise or what brings them together, but I just was like, what better way to bring myself home than to call myself by my birth time, you know?
Yeah.
Shit, I would go by February 6, 1998 at 7:44 a.m. if I could, nigga, to be honest with you. So, but yes.
Yeah. Like I had told you when you first reintroduced me to you, it really hit home because one of my uncles had passed and he went by 7. And he was also very animate about it, but he was the 7th son in all 14 siblings. And also God is called the 7th son. So that's how he correlated. So I just think it's very nurturing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dope. Yeah. Hell yeah.
So I got to see you perform. Well, I didn't get to see you perform, but I got to know and see you in the element of performing again. So what season is this for you?
I think this is a season of like 2026 in general really looks like popping off where you know you got it. Like I think that there's been a lot of years of maybe like doubt. I don't really know necessarily how I got to that place because I feel like my roots are just so like, you got something to say something. Almost just like it, like revealing myself, like just putting myself out there a little bit more than what I've been used to in the past couple of years. I don't think that putting myself out there is like unfamiliar to me. I've definitely been that kind of an artist for a long time, but I think I'm just in a season of putting myself out there as who I've come into recently, not who I used to be, or in really most capacities, I'm not who I used to be, you know?
Yeah.
So Yeah, it's a newness, intentionality, and just like hella confidence.
Are you fully unmasking
Am I
while
fully
doing while
unmasking?
doing that?
I'll never know.
Mm,
I'll never know. I don't think I'm going to know, especially at this point in my life, if I'm fully unmasked. I think that's going to take time.
okay.
And I think that because a lot of us, including myself, still live in some forms of survival mode, even if it's just like financial, you
Yeah.
know. I think I'll have somewhat of a mask until everything around me is safe, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah.
Okay. I like the transparency though. I like the real answer.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you.
Community, unity, and community. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's my saying. Where are we at with community?
Where are we at with community? I think that I I view my community as just kind of like my vital source. One of my vital sources, obviously, it's not all on them, but um, I would say that I'm still kind of, putting myself out there slowly. So I'm not like super outside, but my internal community is amazing. I have really, 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 really good people in my life. People that accept me for who I am and are constantly curious about me and supportive about the things that I do. So, yeah, always with community. I owe a lot to my community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
You said you are coming out. You're doing you. You're being free. You're doing nothing. How do you handle when even doing nothing is not enough and those hard days? How do you handle the hard days
How do I handle the hard days
or the low moments?
or the low moments? I would say honestly, um, trying to ground like with whatever's real. Like sometimes that shit is like it's literally not real, and whatever that thought, that looming feeling, that anxiety, that stressor, like there's always a root, there's always a realness to it, but I think we have the tendency to put like dub on that shit.
Yeah.
So especially lately, I've been trying to catch myself in moments where I am being like unnecessarily hard on myself, just like overly critical, and I just have real talks with myself, like damn near out loud a lot of the time. When I catch my mind like going to those places, I'm just kind of like, why are you talking hella shit about yourself like that?
Yeah.
Like nobody's even tripping off you right now.
Yeah.
So I think that we can't help a low day.
Yeah.
Those are just gonna happen, and there's gonna be days where no matter what the fuck you could have eaten your favorite meal, gone to your favorite place, fucking took a beautiful nap, had lovely dreams, and you still feel kind of shitty because that's just the kind of day it is. And you got to understand that, like, with the existence of those days, there is the inevitability of phenomenal days.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes you just gotta rock. You just gotta rock it out.
My question to you is, how do you get to that low moment and then that, okay, I need to just say fuck it? Like, where is that in between space? How do you get there? And how long does it take, or does it vary?
What do you mean?
That transition to that realization that, okay, this is just a me thing. Well, how long does it take to get to that point, and what goes through your mind to like, okay, I need to take a step back?
Uh, everybody has a different journey.
Yeah.
I think some people get there later, and some people get there a little earlier, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I think that it's not even. It's you got to learn to assess all of your thoughts. I was never good at that. Like I think maybe the turning point would probably be the age of like 26. But observing your thoughts is just hella important in general. Like
Yeah.
remembering to observe your thoughts. Like, okay, if something hella good happens to me, you know, like, but otherwise, I know I have a lot of things to work on. something hella good happens to me and I'm just like, I'm just in this, like, this ego mode. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like checking those thoughts, like, why am I internalizing what just happened in this way? Like, how am I prioritizing the things that I already have to take care of and handle? Like, I don't know. It's like kind of hard to give like an example right now, but just making sure that you have the type of relationship with your own thoughts where you can go into them and get deeper. Because I think sometimes we just tend to agree with the first thing that comes up.
So like what, being okay with looking in the mirror type?
Yeah, that's always a part of it. Yeah, you have to be okay with what you see in the mirror, but you also have to be okay with what you feel inside. I think that's much more important. Yeah.
I felt that.
Yeah.
I felt that. Speaking of feeling things inside, I don't even like ice in my drinks, and that's a play on words. But how about you? How are you feeling about ice these days?
These days, it's fuck ice now, forever, till infinity and beyond. I could say so much, to be honest. Honestly, everything boils down to this: when the government is been corrupt, we know that. When we continue to be failed on the levels of protections that they've sworn to provide. When people are outside on the streets with absolutely no resources and continuing to be relocated to place after place after place and just dumped like they aren't human beings. When everything around you is fucked, it's all gotta go.
Yeah.
It all has to go.
Yeah.
I think that we get caught up because it's a dirty game, see, because a lot of us do live in survival mode. We have to make the next check or we're not going to survive.
Yeah.
And that's exactly like the hole that they've put us in. Yeah. So how could they have the energy to stand up and protest, which folks have been doing in Sacramento for like days and days on end?
Yeah, especially after 2020. Yeah.
They've been protesting against ICE, just like downtown. I think there might be something going on right now as we speak, but they put us in these positions to where we do not have the energy to fight because we have to take care of our children and take care of ourselves, and which means that we have to be slaves to them. That's the entirety of the system. What people don't realize, while one person is saying, I cannot afford to go to that protest. I literally cannot afford it. I need to go to work.
Yeah.
Completely valid, but we continuously forget that there's so many more of us than them.
Yeah.
Like 100%, because they've created such a like furious and indomitable system, where it's like I said, like we're in the hamster wheel. So we forget, like, okay, yeah, maybe it might go down for me, like if I miss work, to go to this protest today. But if all of you collectively say we're not going to work tomorrow because maybe bare minimum some fucking horrific files just got released and our president's name is in it 1 million times plus, and that's like low key, like not the worst part,
right?
Then we have a really big problem. There's things that I can't really say on camera because the internet's forever. But I will say that I don't believe that we need to be in the angle of trying to change the system from the inside anymore at all. At all is a stretch. I do think that you should constantly be involved in your local politics because that's what affects you every single day. But if we really want to see systematic change, things are going to have to cease to exist in its entirety, fully.
And change is scary for people.
Very.
I love change, though.
I think change is scary, but also what we're witnessing right now is like the end of humanity.
Yeah.
So I think that's a lot scarier than
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
That is change in like the most drastic and crazy and horrible way,
Just yesterday, somebody asked me what my thoughts were, and I'm gonna just say it in a sentence, hopefully, just a sentence. But I said, in order for any type of change or any type of healing, everything has to be unveiled.
Yeah.
People live in denial. People don't see or refuse to see. Um, Everyone of all parties, of all colors, of all beliefs, has to see things for what they are in order for things to turn. So everything that's happening is supposed to happen.
I agree. Yeah, everything what's done in the dark always comes to light. It can't stay there. That's just the cycle of existence.
Yeah.
Like it's the wheel of fortune. It's everything. One minute you're here, the next minute you're here. It keeps going.
Yeah.
So nothing stays buried forever, and the things that do, they work it real fucking hard every single day.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what a zombie is. So I feel like we kind of answered the question, but how are you in the midst of the chaos?
In the midst of the chaos, some days are better than others. In the midst of the chaos, sometimes I don't know, and I don't force myself to try to find the answer, to be honest.
Yeah.
There is a lot of things going on right now. So much so to the point where I even sometimes think that, me dropping an EP or whatever is going on with me is actually like hilariously insignificant. Actually. Of course I'm gonna do it because that's my soul. But so in the midst of the chaos, I don't be knowing sometimes.
I feel like that's our duty as creatives. Someone made a TikTok. I don't remember the creator, but they said this is exactly how the Harlem Renaissance started. And I think that's where we're at. I think that's where we're at. And that's how the world heals, is through creativity.
I really hope so. I really hope that that's exactly where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How will you continue to heal?
How will I continue to heal?
Yeah. You talked about how you're healing, but how will you continue?
I'd like to think that the things that I've started to work on or set up for myself are things that I'm going to be able to carry with me. So I'm going to continue to analyze my thoughts. I'm going to continue to have people in my life who genuinely give a fuck about me, because that's important. At any given time, there can be a hell of a lot of people in my life.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted, though. I know who gives a fuck about me.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I know who's really there. I know who I could really call and have a deep-ass conversation with. Shit like that. So continuing to heal by having good people around me, continuing to heal by remembering that I have a purpose, like continuing to heal by remembering that I'm here for a reason. I have to be, that could be anyone, but I'm me, and that's there's only one, So just remaining purpose driven for sure. And it's constantly, I was just telling somebody earlier, I was talking about like coming of age movies. I'm like, they always make these fucking coming of age movies about like people graduating high school or like seniors. It's like we're constantly in a coming of age story. I'm coming of age right now, and literally just turned 28. So it's like I'm constantly coming of age. I'll have a coming of age moment tomorrow. Yeah. When I realize that something has deeper meaning to me than it did when I was fucking 28 in one day. Shit is just a constant coming of age. So just here, to be honest. Healing by being here.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm here too.
Any other advice or comments that you would like to give our audience or just the world in general?
I would say, I would say love hard, give a fuck, and talk to somebody. Love hard, give a fuck, and talk to somebody. Those will be my 3 messages. Love hard because obviously I think we've been playing too nonchalant a game. We've been playing too nonchalant a game, and it's unfortunate because I feel like we've been pimped into thinking that being emotional is like a crime. Like niggas do not want to be perceived as a person who's sensitive. And I'm like, obviously there can be a downside to being overly sensitive and showing it in a way that's destructive to yourself and others.
Mm-hmm.
But simultaneously, like, nigga, love hard. Like, feel your fucking feelings. Give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, let's stop acting like, we don't hurt over things. Let's stop acting like we don't yearn for things. Let's stop acting like, we don't want certain things to happen. Whatever the fuck the case may be. And if it's in reference to love, like, especially give a fuck. Like, the world would be a phenomenally gorgeous place if we all knew how to love people correctly. It's a process, but you can always be curious and you can always, figure out how to love somebody better. And honestly, like, it's crazy because I was just thinking about this too. Like, it's like if life is giving you an opportunity to do something, damn near do it the way life is telling you to do it.
Yeah.
Stop going against the grain. Like,
all
the time. You know what I mean? Like, going against the grain is cool sometimes if a nigga's like, oh, you look weird in that turquoise jacket. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, I need to pop a color in my shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes going against the grain is cool, but stop pushing against the current so much is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like, fucking flow and appreciate what's in your life when it's in your life. That's probably like tops. Like, appreciate what you got when you got it, not after, and sometimes before.
Yeah.
Sometimes before. Appreciate that shit before, too.
Yeah. Know what you got.
Yeah. For real.
All right. Well, to end and close, I would like you to give us any handle, social media, whatever that you would like to share.
Ooh. Well, you already know what it is. My name is 744. AKA Queen Cali the Khalifa on Instagram. So if you want to find me on the IGs, that would be Queen Kali the Kali FA. Queen Cali the Khalifa. I post on there sometimes. I'm trying to get better. But
we all are.
I got some links in my bio all the time. I think I got my Tumblr link in there right now.
Tumblr.
Get up on Tumblr, by the way.
Tumblr.
I be just in my bag on Tumblr. If you see something sensitive and you think it's about you, it might be. Who fucking knows? The fuck? And I got a YouTube link in my bio, of course. As of right now, I haven't dropped the EP, but I will. So hopefully by the time this interview drops, you can just click the link in my bio and check out my music.
You heard it first.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right, that was Taylor Talks Podcast, and you've been tailored. Peace.